Tonight, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his third season now out of the University of Alabama.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tua now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Dean Lowry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to come
to a hit, and the ball is out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Myers' kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Smith on 1st down. He has it complete to Christian. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time. Completing that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
To throw again on second down. Tua, he'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And right side, Henry's got it. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Myers' kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. They'll roll him out right. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Geno now to throw. Rolling to his left. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to find the end zone. He stopped up short, and this remains a 6-6 game.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it's unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On third down, here's Dobbins. A nice little juke. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll go again with Dobbins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Dobbins running out of the gun to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Tua now on first down. Complete. It's Henry. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Working with a 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Tua to throw again. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They snap it to Smith. Flush to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. From the gun, here's Smith. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Geno. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Tua, a final shot before half. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Ryan Tannehill leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Randall Cobb, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Ball on a give up the middle. And space tough to come by there, so we get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. On 4th down, Smith. Completes it to Austin. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Tua's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. To about the 26 here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Being chased out left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dean Lowry, his 2nd sack of the night. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
After the sack on 1st down,
Tua, they set up the screen for Dobbins.
and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Tua. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Well, everybody in the stadium thinking that the field goal would break our tie. It did all right, just not in the manner that we expected.
And every team we know works really hard on protection when they're trying to kick the ball. Imagine film session next week when they find out who broke down on that play.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. From the 27,
Tua.
complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Tua. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw into the hands of the receiver, Shenault. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Got his man complete over the middle.
It's Jones. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A give, Dobbins trying the right side.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Tua, and that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On the ground with Vaughn.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with
touchdown, Saints. Keyshawn Vaughn. from 3 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Hall again on 2nd down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Here's a give to Hall. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Smith. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Smith. Flushed out right. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. Down inside the 10. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down on the scoreboard. A little over 30 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Dobbins with it. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Tagovailoa targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a first down, but the tackle comes in bounds. Now Tua. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tua. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Tua to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Ravens, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6.